And we are live officially at 5/7 Central. Welcome everybody back to the Piranha Pond Streetcast. I am your illustrious host, Kingfish Mac, joined as always by the piranhas in the pond. Up top today, bringing the bright lights and the shine to the pond, my beautiful cousin, Miss Nick Mo. What's up
Hey
with yourself?
y'all, what's up, world?
Oh man, we just hanging in there. And then you guys know my brother from another mother, Mr. Frankly None Flyer. What's up with you, baby boy?
What up with y'all, man? What's going on with y'all out there in the digital world, man? We in this pond, man, finna get it in.
I heard that, man. Shit, I ain't really been doing nothing trying to duck COVID up around this
hmm
joint. You know what I'm saying? We got these hella hella big outbreaks and big scares down here in the city. Long lines getting tested, some more shit. So I'm trying to stay away from everybody as much as as much as possible in the real world. Limit my uh, limit my contact down to the bare minimum so I can track this shit if I need to.
So, Keith, how do you
But other
feel?
than that,
Because as of this point, we have like three different age ranges of COVID. So how does that make you feel? Like I know it makes me feel a certain kind of way being in a certain age bracket to where like because it kind of goes from good, better, best, or in terms of how it go if you get progressed.
um, what you mean by age ranges?
Okay, so like Frank is younger than me. I'm younger than
Okay,
you.
okay.
We kind of have different stages to like if it hit us, how it could hit us.
Well, for a whole long time, at the beginning of COVID, I was real proactive in terms of people getting tested and talking shit on all my social media. As a matter of fact, Keena had to tell me to calm down a little bit because I I was scaring folks. I was putting too much pressure on them, right? My philosophy back then was, look, man, I'm 50 some odd years old. I done made it through gang banging in Los Angeles, a whole bunch of penitentiary terms, drug game, you know what I'm saying, and some more
Right.
shit.
Like
And
this
then
gonna take me out.
y'all young niggas gonna come in here and kill me off with a cold. No, 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 no. It ain't going down like
They
that,
fucking
right?
happy.
Nigga survived AIDS, chicken pox, and everything.
All
Everybody
kind
ain't
of shit.
survived that though. Everybody, and you say that shit. Everybody ain't
No,
survived
I'm
that.
saying me. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying
Oh, I'm
me.
gonna say
In the
everybody ain't
context of
survived
the,
that.
yeah. Oh no, I know a lot of people
Yeah.
did survive that.
So I think what ended up happening with me, right, is at some point, because of the pond, right, we've had a couple of different podcasts where we have discussed the vax and that kind of shit, and where I would have been on the fence, or where I was on the fence. I think through our conversations, I kind of had made the decision that I might as well go ahead on and get double tapped. You know what I'm saying, for the
Right.
betterment of everything, just on the safe side,
Right.
as opposed to whatever it was I might have been worried about them putting in
Right.
my arm, right?
Right.
So I went on and got double tapped. Now that we got Omicron out here, right?
Right.
And in Los Angeles, we got 40,000 cases, of new cases a day, right?
Man, that shit is
And
crazy.
it's flu season, and they came up with this new
But
shit, right?
The
oh,
flu
Some
Rona,
cute shit. The flu,
let me
what
the
is
tell
it?
you.
flu
What's it called,
Rona,
Frank?
the flu
The
Rona,
flu
baby.
Rona,
We in
right?
the building. They
I'm
doubling up
now.
on us.
Now
Get
I'm
ready
scared.
for it.
Now I'm scared that shit. I'm scared
Oh
because
boy,
you know why?
that is
Because
the.
I get sick, and and that's what happened to me for Christmas. Like,
Hmm.
okay, so my last day of work was like that Thursday, and we were out Christmas Eve. Well, I had kind of started feeling like I was catching the cold somewhat like Monday night, Tuesday morning, because I thought I was being on top of it. I had went and got fluorescein and shit like that. I was trying to do right. I was trying to take the ones with my blood pressure, just trying to be right, because I'll just take some shit. But I was like, you know what? I want to take the cold medicine that caters to my blood pressure because I don't want to like put any added stuff on me like that. Ain't I just needed to work. I needed to work real quick because I get sick. Like at least 2 times a year I get like bronchitis, like tonsillitis, that shit like real fucking bad. Like real bad upper respiratory infection.
Oh yeah.
So I thought I was jumping on the shit quick. And then I was like Thursday at work. We only worked a half a fucking day and I was barking my ass off. And I was mad with the chick in the office because the day before I was trying to get checked out by the doctor, and I had went after lunch, and I had said, hey, like I'm even though we work in a office with providers, I'm not that person to be like calling all fucking day to the back. So when I came back from lunch, I mentioned to her nurses, I said, hey, I was like, look, I'm kind of not feeling bad. I was like, I need the doctor to check me out today. But then I leave and then she tell me, okay, that's cool. I'll let the necessary people know I need to know. So I don't hound you all day. I got a job to do. You got a job to do. You're a fucking doctor. So what I will do is call you at the end of the day. When I know your patients have cease and desist, then I'm calling to be like, okay, because all I really wanted was a steroid shot, a leeway on some either antibiotics, but I knew that I needed a shot. I knew that I needed a steroid shot because I was feeling really 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 bad. And then the girl in the
Right.
office was just like, "Well, you should get tested." And I was just like, "Nah, I get sick. I get real sick." I was like, "Y'all don't know how sick I get." She said, "Yeah, you might get that sick, but you work in a provider, you work in a doctor's office, now you work in healthcare." She was like, and ain't she was like, and Nick, you know how people come up in here. She's like, y'all gotta damn near throw them out to put on the mask. I was like, yeah, that people think that little shield working, but that little shield ain't working. Nobody want to stay behind that fucking shield. I even admit when I go places, I gotta make myself get towards the shield, because you always want to step on the side of it, no matter where you go. So showing up that night, I came home and first I took the little self test. Self test came back positive, and that like put shit in perspective real quick for me because I had just left my dad in them house. Not good thing when I went there. I knew that I wasn't feeling good, and I had the sense to stay like in the kitchen, and they were in the living room. Now I purposely did that because I was like, I was like something ain't right, and I ain't saying that something ain't right, but I just knew that I was sick. So took the little self test and came back positive. Showed up, went to urgent care, tested positive. They said you had to test, you had to, quarantine 10 days from your offset. And I figured my offset was Monday night, Tuesday morning, because that's when I first felt like I was sick. But it just pushed it in perspective for me. And like I said, I know how I felt, and I just felt like I had the common cold. So imagine catching the fucking flu now and then testing positive again. That should kind of scare me just a little bit. I know I don't
Right.
do shit for you, Frank, because you know you, and that's why we the pawn. But that shit
Pharaoh's
scary
blood.
as fuck for me.
Nah, but for real, that flurona, they let it double up on us, y'all. They let it double up
They
on
better
us.
double up on it.
That is
Oh
But
hilarious.
God.
but yeah.
All right. Well, let's jump into topic of the day. I was tripping last night. I looked on. If I was on YouTube, I was on something. You guys are aware, boy, young Dolph that got killed
Heard
in
they found that
Memphis.
boy.
Right. So the police actually officially came out and announced that they had one dude in custody, 16-year-old dude, and other dude, another Memphis rapper, known to be affiliate of Young Dolph at some point or another. And there's an outstanding warrant for this dude, right? As I guess the shooter. Funny thing about it is that none of this shit is news, right? And I don't even live in Memphis. I just be sitting behind a computer screen, uh, YouTube searching shit, and it was. I think it probably had been less than a week, 10 days, before the internet had already solved Young Dolph murder, right? So this dude
Yeah.
Ben pointed out this dude, him and his boys, they was taking pictures with money and PRE chains, some more shit. And so it kind of got me to thinking, right? Like in the last little bit of time, man, we done watched a lot of our young, prominent
Mm-hmm.
rap figures, generally those that are about that trill music in some way or another, some gangster music, getting either knocked back or getting gaffled up for knocking somebody back as though the streets is become I mean the industry is starting to become more real for them than the streets. So you got, of course, we know, what happened with Nipsey Hussle. That was a big blow to everybody out this way. And just the way that it went down, right? You still got your foot in the streets kind of dealing with street cats. You know what I'm saying? And then that shit just unfolded all the way to the left. Uh, got young Dolph. Young Dolph get killed in his own neighborhood. King Von, who was a known chipper up out of Chicago. You know what I'm saying? He had bodies behind him. And he gets killed like on a fluke. And I really think that he got killed more because of his reputation than anything else, right? Because you was in a fist fight with a nigga, and the nigga's boy blamed you. You know what I'm saying? From the sideline. So this nigga really had to be, scared to death. You know what I'm saying? To either that or he just was old too gangster, right? And just wasn't trying to hear nothing at all, which again puts us back in the same category, right? Still in the streets dealing with street level shit that could end in
Yeah.
fucking flagrant violence, right?
Yeah.
Uh who else? Mo3 in Texas got knocked back on the highway, right? They like chased this nigga across 3 lanes of freeway, you know what I'm saying? To pop him up. Slim 400 got killed in my neighborhood a couple of weeks ago. On some random street related, hood related, not gang banging, but street related shit, right? Didn't have nothing to do with no music beef, no music dissing, and no shit like that. And and then the boy a couple of weeks ago at the festival out in Los Angeles, Drake L. the Ruler, he gets stabbed up. You know what I'm saying? You've been having ongoing beef on some gang banging type shit. You know what I'm saying? For the last year and a half. So my question for the Piranhas today is, why are our young hip hop artists dying and killing so much these days?
Because they
Guys,
ain't got
holler
no
at me.
code. They ain't got
No
no
code.
code. Hold on. And let me just and let me tell you why the way I said, because I said all these fucking years. Taco got killed by a little nigga. But y'all would have never thought about fucking touching him.
Never.
Ever.
They actually, by the grace of who his people was, let him go ahead and slide though. Let him just go and get away from us though. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying is that it's so loyalty. Like like is a nigga from the trap really gonna look up and be like, even though I feel like Ti might have dissed me, am I really gonna fucking pop off Ti? Ti is still fucking Ti.
See, but
Like
that,
or even around that set, he's still that nigga. Like he still was, Grand Hustle. So that's what I'm saying. Like
but that's
there's
why,
no
because
there's no loyalty.
it's the difference in the lanes that they're in. Like these young dudes are all about bigger and badder, or all about making the shit that they rap about seem real, or even just
I
getting
just
into
feel
the
like they ain't
rap
got no
game.
loyalty these days. They ain't got no loyalty.
Well, I mean, it's whole different cliques of each other going at it. So they popping
Right.
off each other for popping off their homies. So I mean,
Right.
that's some
Well, in
type
a
of loyal. You know
retrospect,
what I'm saying?
in a
But the whole
retrospect, right?
the point I'm trying to make is unnecessarily flossing for to go to jail. I suppose I ain't gonna say for nothing because it's always a point. I assume, but technically for nothing, man. To basically go to jail. You motherfuckers is on the internet to go to jail, and
I
that
just
is
think
the
they was
craziest thing
raised
in
a
the world to
different
me.
way. They was raised a different way.
I can't even fathom how this happened because we had legendary rap beats back in our day, and everybody still, well, it wasn't nobody dead by the hand of the person that they had beats with. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of Tupac and Big. And I don't even think that was them. That's different. You know what I'm saying? They both died on some separate shit. But still, the fact remains, didn't nobody die from no rap beats we had back in the day. So I
Right.
don't understand why this
Why they
happened.
dying
I
now?
don't get it. Right? I don't get it. I don't
And they
know.
ain't rapping about like no less violence than what it was.
Well, that's not true
Well, it
because
depends on the rapper. Yeah, you had the
well,
TRS ones,
still,
and they was on
st-
some philosophy shit, but fucking
no,
most
the
other
most
people were still
listen,
fucking talking
no, no,
about
no.
killing.
No, because
Killing
listen,
still been a
the
thing.
most in the from the inception of hip hop to maybe 2000s, the most violence we actually had in hip hop was like Bone Thugs and Harmony or RBX Posse or Brother Lynch Hung or
But no,
you know what
I'm
I'm
not
saying?
talking
We didn't
about the
have
violence. I'm not talking about the violence itself. I'm saying that the music is not all that
no. I'm talking
different.
about it in terms of music. I'm talking about in terms of music content.
Well, that's
It
why I said they
wasn't
were
that
still
type of
talking
vibe.
about. They were still. That's why I said they was just racism because they were still talking. They were still talking about killing, no less.
Yeah, and Brenda's had a baby.
Right. I
If
mean,
my
what else did
homies
you
call,
need
like,
to
you know what I'm
choose? Like
saying?
for
Like,
people, you was gonna be a conscious rapper or you was gonna be about the gangster rap.
no, no,
So
no.
it's
But
like,
even in
yeah, like
gangster rapping, Ice Cube didn't really talk about killing shit. He was talking about how the injustice of the neighborhoods were. He wasn't talking about riding down,
but NWA
drive by
was.
and nobody. Where did NWA talk about killing anybody? They was talking about people killing
I,
people.
I think I
Not, and it wasn't even
understand.
on the violent thing though.
I
It
think
wasn't
I
even like on
understand
no.
what I think I understand the kind of the underlying spirit of what both of you guys are saying, right? So what I'll say is this: um, back in the days, what the media considered and labeled to be gangster rap, we called fucking reporting rap, commentary. You just commentating on what's going on around you.
It's
It's
like
not that
reality
it's
rap.
not that you even live right, reality rap. It's not even that you living that. It's that you putting yourself in a song as the character of some motherfucker that you seeing right around you and shit. That's kind of what Cube and them was doing.
Right.
And most of the motherfuckers that was on some gangster rap shit because they wasn't real gangsters.
Right. Right.
Today, what happened is this, right? 2013, you had fucking Chicago drill rap,
They kind
right?
of was real
And
gangster.
you know, greatly, uh, 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 greatly because of DJ Academics. Hey, Mama, now, greatly due to DJ Academics, uh, what was going on in Chicago got kind of nationalized, right? Like all the hip hop was kind of hearing, about this trill music in Chicago. Thing about trill music was this wasn't no rappers who was talking about the niggas that they knew in the neighborhood. These was niggas in the neighborhood with body counts, gang banging through music and social media. Remember, I keep saying fucking social media and the fucking digital landscape, the internet is the streets,
Yep.
right? Everything that we did
The new
up
street.
close and personal and spray painting on walls and that kind of shit these niggas is doing on Instagram in real time. Fuck your mama, fuck your dead homies. We smoking on a whoever
And
pack.
every ever,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it just keep going, right? It's like we gotta keep outdoing the next motherfucker the same way how we was gang banging in those late 70s and throughout the 80s and shit, right? It's a
Exactly.
tit for tat type of shit. Thing about it is we got to watch. You know what I'm saying? Old niggas, young niggas, people that don't have fuck to do with the streets, that just was entertained by that gangster shit, they got to watch. And the niggas that was putting that shit up was getting more and more famous, right? Instagram famous. So now we fast forward to 10 years later, 9 years later, or whatever, and you got that same mentality about being Instagram or digital famous for some gangster shit, right? Kind of traveling throughout everything, right? And the realest motherfuckers nowadays is not the niggas that's not the Talib Kweli's and motherfuckers like that. The realest motherfuckers is the Pop Smokes and YNW Mellies and
Yeah.
NBA Young Boys and niggas that will get out there and get them up with your ass, right? Niggas
Right.
that got uh, real life history in the streets. The entourage is made up of niggas that's still in the streets. Nigga YNW Melly, this nigga had a record deal and everything. This nigga sat in the back seat of the bucket with his homeboy, uh, uh, noodled his two homeboys in the front seat, and then drove to the hospital talking about we got a drive by. Some crazy like nigga, what are you doing? And then made a song about it. Right? Like
Yeah.
nigga, are you for real? For real?
The whole
What's
the
what's
O
the other
Block
niggas that
dudes, GDK Duck and all them cats. The O
all
Block and
them niggas?
all them cats. The whole Chicago drill.
Yeah, that's
That
Vine
but
and Dirk and
yeah, what
Chief
I
Keef
wanted to say
and
about that
all
is this
them
though.
niggas.
Whereas we had people like Cube and all them as our minstrels when we was on our gang banging in the streets, they are their own. And that's the difference.
Right,
They're
right.
singing their own song while other motherfuckers did it when we was out there doing the shenanigans. You know what I'm saying?
So I think where it used to be industry niggas got a rap battle. You call the nigga a mark on fucking on in the studio or whatever, and niggas is going back to back with diss songs or whatever. I think probably the most you might expect is some Ice Cube, Above the Law, behind stage, little rumble shit. Oh, let's see that nigga. Let's just, you know, dusty him up a little bit.
Right.
Nowadays, you see a nigga and you pop this nigga on
Yeah.
site, fuck
Yeah.
your career, your
Yeah.
kids, your
Yeah.
family, all these
Poles are
millions of dollars that they just
poles are
gave you.
being upped, nigga, right
You can't take
away.
it
And
with
then and
you.
then you go
That
to
type of
look, then you
shit.
go to jail and try to do a fucking album over the phone and shit. Still trying to fuck.
And then get stabbed in jail, nigga.
Right.
I always trip off of I guess what is an extension of that mentality is the guys who uh you know maybe you did come from the streets, right? But you wasn't big enough for no, like you wasn't running the neighborhood and no shit like that. But you out there doing your shit, going to jail, selling a little crack, popping a nigga up here and there, whatever. And then you get put on. You discover that shit, I can rap and niggas like me. And now you at the fucking Rock Nation brunch and shit like that. Like,
Mm.
and nigga, you still down here trying to sell 100 fucking pounds of weed? What are you doing,
Right.
homie?
Right.
What you
Make
doing,
your
my
shit.
nigga? Are you Chris Brown or Soldier Boy or somebody like that? And you come from Middle America or the fucking East Coast, Virginia or some shit, and you down in Compton trying to hang with these Pyrus and shit. Like, nigga, are you fucking serious?
Well, yeah,
Like,
they
guess what?
are.
Guess what? All them Pyrus that you down there hanging with, them niggas is trying to get out the hood. Them niggas ain't trying to buy their way back in the hood. Are you
And they
fucking kidding
wolves,
me?
nigga. They are wolves, boy. Like, you can't just hang out with them like that and just think you're gonna be hanging out with them like that. You know what I'm
But hold
saying?
on though. But let
It's
me
not
tell
gonna
you, I
happen, nigga.
mean,
It's not gonna
because
happen,
what you,
homie.
yeah, because what you said it is the truth though. Because you would think, because like you said, you think after you get a certain caliber and you start doing shit like going to a brunch or doing some shit. I could never forget before Nip got popped. He was at that fucking BT once. He bitch slapped that dude in the parking lot in slides. You a fucking rapper at the BET Awards, bitch. For all intents and purposes, you made it. Let security fucking handle your small waist.
No, man,
He
because
bitch slapped this
listen
nigga
though,
in
though,
It's like
slides.
listen
He
it's
though,
had
my time,
slides
homie.
on.
listen though,
Slides.
listen though. I'd have slapped the
Man.
shit out the nigga too. Like you just certain shit you just can't let slide, especially if it's a direct disrespect as a man. If you was raised that way, you just gonna pop off. Ain't nothing gonna stop that. That's just how you are. You know
But
what I'm
we
saying? That
just
has nothing
saying
to do
though,
with the
even after
gang.
you
That has
get
nothing
to
to
a
do with none
certain
of that.
caliber, you still feel
Regardless,
like you still feel like you're the one
the feeling
who
the
needs to handle
feeling
the
only
situation.
intensifies because you feel I am bigger than what you think I am, homeboy. Do you know who the fuck I am? Not only am I a man, but I'm whoever the fuck I am at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I slap the shit out of you. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Like, nigga,
we can say
hard
what
as
we
shit,
want to
nigga.
say, but
And then
I don't see Jay Z fight no niggas.
pull a motherfucking
Not one fucking
Virgil,
bit.
pull a Virgil for the $1 million man and drop $100 bill on your ass after I slap the shit out you, nigga.
I
The
mean,
fuck you
bitch
think I
slapped
am?
niggas
You know what I'm
in the
saying?
parking lot.
Not
Fuck you
Virgil.
mean?
Can't slide.
Nigga, not Virgil, nigga.
Yeah, nigga, what the fuck you mean, nigga? Pull that $100 out on you, back it on your chest, nigga. You better quit playing with me. You know what I'm saying? But that's a nigga though.
But
You
yeah,
can't you
you
can't
know,
help
yeah,
that.
you
You know what
can't
I'm
help
saying?
that. Can't help that. That's what we said. You can't help that. And like you
Best thing
said,
to do is just leave a
like
nigga
you said,
alone. You
y'all,
know what
like
I
you
mean?
said, they had people, like you said, y'all had other rappers y'all look up to about that. They are they influence.
Nigga Barry White sung, and he was the biggest gangster nigga in R&B. Ever crooned a note, nigga. That nigga was a straight gangster. Say something to Barry White, I bet he slapped the shit out you, and then
Fuck
go on stage and sing your girl drawers off. Yeah,
I mean,
fuck
Barry
you
White was a
mean?
big caliber ass nigga. I mean,
That's
he
what I'm
wasn't
saying.
no dude. Like I'd expect Barry to have it, but even after a certain amount of celebrity, I expect Barry to be out here.
He
Like,
hung out with them niggas. He hung out with them Slossons,
I mean,
Gladiators,
he
and
was
That's what
from
I'm
he was
Jezebels.
from
saying.
he was
That's
from
what I'm
He
saying. He's a
Galveston
is.
at the end
nigga.
of the
You
day.
He
can't
was from
take.
South
So
Park. He
You
was
can't
from
take.
South Park, for real,
Right.
for
You
real.
can't. Respect is a different thing, bro. No matter what level you on, if you nigga, if it's in you, it's in you, and you go get it. And if you demand it, and that's how niggas be. Like you can let security handle that other shit, but if it's direct disrespect, I'll slap the dog shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't give a fuck who around. But the best thing to do is just keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I don't
It's
know.
not
You're not
hard.
saying that. If you said that if you get to a certain level, they gonna be respectful. You gotta get off the toilet. I mean, you gonna let security handle it, or you gonna be nigga? I mean, just tell me
It
what
all
you're trying to do.
depends.
That's
It
not
all
what you're
depends on the
saying though.
situation. You know what I'm saying? Situational type deal.
It all depends on my pay number. Fuck that. I'm just gonna keep it all
Right?
the way
See?
100.
Right.
No, not if you're
I mean,
making your
it
own money
depends on
though.
how many figures you bringing in, right? How many figures? Like, right.
If you're
Right.
making your
Because
own
if
money,
the
that's
first amount of
fine.
first degree figures, then either way it go, the cops should be taking their ass to jail anyway, not you.
No, what I'm saying is this, right? Okay, so I'm a minor celebrity and shit, right? $1 million a year, motherfucker, whatever, and I can hire security, and I know that motherfuckers might try me or whatever, and I got that motherfucking that hair trigger. All right, I'm gonna hire the security, right? Because I don't want to get sued and let them take my little 1 year worth of salary, but I'm doing 20 a year, right?
So you figured you
I
got that.
got bail money and motherfucking lawsuit money, nigga. I'm gonna slap
All
the
Right.
the
shit out
lawyers,
your
nigga.
motherfucking ass, homie.
All the lawyers, nigga.
Fucking you right
See,
up.
And the horses they go ride in on, nigga.
Fucking
see,
you right
see,
up.
that's a mentality thing, yeah. That's a mentality thing, yeah.
But
That's
that's why I keep in my aura because whether I'm the nigga I am now or the nigga I'm gonna be, I
I hear
expect
you,
the same shit to
ATL. She
happen.
said your
You know
title
what
may
I'm saying?
change, but you will be you to the end. I get that.
But I
So
tell you
that's why
what,
they out here being them. That's
act
exactly
like you want
why.
to test me though, you'll get the
That's
shit slapped
exactly
out
what's
you.
going
That is
on.
so real.
But ATL is
Man.
in some of these cases they don't realize that the title was a way to just because they was who they was wouldn't mean that that's who they was they needed to be better. So you think if the title would change, it would have helped elevate them. No, they still want to be, and that's just it.
Still
And
me
and,
trying
and,
to
and
kill
that's the
me.
catch. And that's the catch 22. That's why you have so many people that have made it to mainstream Hollywood, but they still got, like you say, you got a foot left in the street because what should have been we'll say, lack of a better phrase, even come up. It don't be like that all the time. A lot of
Not
rappers
all
have
the
said
time.
this that I thought that I was they was I've heard a lot of them say that for me to be successful, I needed to completely move from where I stayed. It wasn't no hey, it could have got better, like it wasn't gonna be. That's like no, like if I was from Philly, I needed to be in California or I need to be in somewhere just I couldn't I was not gonna elevate there with my
Right.
status.
Right.
If anything, I was gonna get hated on even more.
Right.
Yeah.
But I just believe that it with the young kids, as in the topic, that it's not it has nothing to do with respect and everything to do with pure vengeance and hate. And I don't understand why they're like that. I don't understand where that came from. We
I
aren't
mean,
that
I have
kind
an
of
ideal about it.
people.
I mean, most of these, most people are having children younger, and those
Yeah, but
children are watching their mama struggle or their daddy, whoever it is. They watching them like really, really go through it because they already didn't have the life skills they needed before they went and had a baby.
yeah,
So
but
now
I
you got
mean,
this generation that, and again, you ain't got no old timers around to really give you the game
Yeah, I
or at
mean,
least tell you, hey, don't talk to your mama like that.
but they have examples. They have examples, man.
Most of them, you say that. A lot of
They
them don't.
have, they have had like, oh well, maybe they don't. They weren't old enough to hear self
That's what I'm saying.
destruction
Well, like
and
I said, I'm saying
we all in the
these
same
days
gang and shit
there,
like that. You know what I'm
you know,
saying?
we went through
They
an
ain't got nothing
influence
like that.
to
You know what I'm
where
saying?
women were having, they were children having children,
Yeah, I was a kid who
and
had some
so
kids, so I feel that.
Me
But I
too.
mean, the only thing about that is my family is a family.
well, and
So
that's the,
I
and
mean,
again, that's the difference. Some now
you know what I'm
some of
saying?
these children had that family who be like, I'm about to raise this kid. You still gonna graduate high school. You still gonna be what you can't be in life. A lot of people didn't have that. You had
Yeah,
grandmothers that were young.
yeah. My
They
grandmother
babies
is a
had
saint,
babies at
nigga.
13. They was literally maybe 19, 20, 21. They didn't want to be a grandmother.
My grandmother's a
Well, what you
saint,
gonna say?
nigga.
They living, but they child done fucked up. Now she pregnant, and now they little 21-year old self got to be a grandmother. They didn't ask for it either. So then you gotta, I'm just saying that the cycle continues. But I'm just saying that where are they supposed to get that when they may see, what, you know?
I mean, I believe it is a possible that somebody in that city or some entities in that city have to sit down with them cats, man, and
You
really
would
iron
hope
this shit
so.
out because this is ridiculous, man. We got a lot of talent being lost. We got a lot of young generational leaders that we need here because we gonna be here, and we knocking our own generations of people who's supposed to be here to be here. Like this is we can't
But
keep
that's just
deleting
the thing
ourselves
about
like this, man.
evolution. When we die out, other people gonna be born anyway. So
We
you
can't
can't
keep
stop
deleting ourselves
evolution.
like this, though. We cannot keep deleting ourselves like
We
this
are not
because
the end of the food chain.
if we do,
We are not.
if we do, it only makes it easier for them to continue to. We
They just
have to
found a
stop
preserved
deleting ourselves like
dinosaur
this.
fossil.
We have to stop deleting
You
ourselves
know
like this,
how
y'all.
a preserved dinosaur fossil, which leads me to believe that they still got some eggs somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That
But
shit
I'm
gonna be
saying,
real, real.
I'm forever. I got kids that's gonna have kids that's gonna have more kids. I'm here. I'm gonna be here until there ain't no more here, and
You're
that's
not,
what I honestly believe.
you're
I
not
may
that
not
young,
be here
Frank.
physically, but I'm here. So, and in that retrospect, I know we need us. So we need to stop deleting us,
No, we do. But what
regardless.
I'm
You
saying
know
is
what
that
I'm saying?
at this point, it's natural selection. Everybody, and I'll say that in the black neighborhood, everybody who wanted blacks to kill themselves to kill each other off, it's fucking happening.
Yeah,
Okay,
but it can stop though.
I said this last night to Keenan and Maddie. I was like, who would have thought that at least 4 or 5 years from now we would really be living in game? But Thanos said that half the population need to die. Well, you think about all the people that I ain't talking about you, but people that won't get vaccinated and people that have or people that was already elderly that had underlying health conditions. They gone
Hmm.
now.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it really
I
is like a
understand,
so
but
but
understand.
that so what I'm saying is that natural selection shit is just happening and then we can't stop it.
Understand this, dear. Uh, Yeah, that wasn't nowhere near half of the population at all. Like we this
Oh, but it's
yeah,
still
not
happening.
that serious.
You ain't finished.
But what I am gonna say is we don't have to help. Like we don't have to
No,
aid
no,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
You
Well,
know
we
what I'm
have enough.
saying? Like
Well, at this point, we have enough shit that's happening already without us coming on
right,
top of having to do it. And that's my
right,
whole point. That
right, right,
it's
right.
people who wanted people to die couldn't ask for a better scenario right now. You got people killing each other off just because of spite, and then you got this fucking virus.
Indeed.
So people who wanted like again half the population is gone, they getting that, they getting it.
I hope so, baby, because this some crazy shit right now. Crazy, crazy times.
Yeah, I think we do live in some crazy times. Again, like I said, I think that a lot of it has to do with the internet and the influence or the ease in which we are influenced by the information that we're able to just get at our fingertips and shit, right? And so I think that people who are in a particular zone, they work that much harder to, you know, be the most talked about in that fucking, in that lane. And unfortunately, what we're talking about right now is, young cats killing young cats. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? For clout. Because that's what it's about. Anytime that, I knock you back and I'm not trying to get away with it, right? Like I'm posting on Instagram that, I got your chain, or I make a song about, the crime or some shit like that, just so the people who are in my fan base can have that validation that, yeah, it was me who handled that, then I'm in the wrong game. I'm all the way in the wrong game. Right?
Man, nah, I mean, I don't in my game. Goddamn it, I'm cool on that game. Yes. They play dodgeball over there. I'm cool with golf. You
Right.
But that,
Real shit.
know what I'm saying?
They
That's
won't they
crazy.
won't get to get me like that.
Not like that, bro. That's just unnecessary, man. I mean, golly, if that's a fact, then
And
no,
I'm
I ain't
saying
gonna say that.
I understand young man's pride, right? I had to live through that shit.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I'm
understand
saying?
that though. Understand it's so
Boy,
it was so
the impulsive nature that these cats nowadays will take a life and fuck off theirs, right? I understand the take a life part, right? I
right.
understand being
That's
so
the
in your positioning that, nigga, I will gun you down before you gun me down. I understand that. What I don't understand is the willingness to go sit up on the shelf for the next 50 years for it.
oh, okay. So
I just don't get that.
I understand the whole, if I gotta pop you, I'm gonna pop you. But what I don't understand is going out of my way
That's what
on some
yeah.
other shit. It's not like, okay, I gotta pop you because you tried to pop me, nigga. You ain't just gonna try and pop me and not get got. But I'm not finna call the press and then get a couple homies with some cameras and have them still shot me going to get my revenge. I'm gonna use as less motherfucking noise as possible. You know what I'm saying? Knock you back and then go on about my business after that. You know what I'm saying? Make my business with whoever I gotta
they
make it with
fucking YouTube shit,
and
and you
run it
like,
down, nigga. But I'm
what we
not.
doing, huh?
It's I don't
I
understand
guess
the.
I guess they say it don't count if don't nobody know you did it, huh?
Well, goddamn it, nigga. I guess
That's how we do
ain't
it.
nobody supposed to know you did it, nigga. You know it count, nigga.
Right.
Get a
Like
tattoo or something. Quit being an
if I
idiot.
gotta
You know what I'm saying?
look, if I gotta get rid of you, it's cause your ass was in the way, homie. Not cause you hurt my motherfucking feelings, bro.
Right, nigga. Right, nigga. It was a reason. Not man. You yeah, man. 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 You know what I'm saying?
Now, if it's time for you to move off the board, nigga,
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Why?
saying?
we going to scoot your ass on
Yeah,
up off
scoot
the
you on off.
side.
Yeah, slide you on off the side right quick.
You don't want to step aside on your own,
Game,
so
right? Game continues, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Dodgeball. You know what I'm
I
saying?
sure the fuck,
I couldn't say
I
nothing. I
sure
mean,
the fuck ain't gonna get on my
look,
mega horn and shit and be
the
like,
little nigga
guess
didn't
what I
want to
Right?
did?
sit
With
down.
cheerleaders and shit, and we gonna, call the press
Niggas
afterwards.
got the music playing,
Right? Then you get a belt and shit. You know
hold the
what I'm
nigga
saying?
ID up
Be
to the
like, what
camera
happened
and
to
shit.
him? Well, you know what? He didn't want to sit down.
Hold a parade at the playground and shit. You know
He didn't want
what
to
I'm
sit
saying?
down. Nigga didn't want to sit down.
Oh
Oh,
shit.
he wanted to flex. Oh,
The
But I
okay.
cold
mean,
part
I
about it,
understand. I understand the prior part too. But at one point, you gotta understand that this is ridiculous, nigga. But to a young nigga, it ain't ridiculous till it is. So I can't talk no shit. Cause hell, you talk to a nigga that spent a lot of time in prison on some impulsive bullshit. So I only know because I know. You know what I'm saying? I only know because I know, nigga. So I mean, take the
Bro, you
advice,
wasn't in there that long, bro.
shit. Okay,
man.
okay.
It wasn't that long.
I okay. Listen to this, right? I'm 43, a fresh 43. I spent over 14 years, no,
It wasn't that long.
16 years of my life in prison.
It wasn't that long.
Shit.
It could have been 20.
No, it couldn't have. Not fucking with me because it wasn't,
If you
nigga.
ain't hit
So
the 20
take
mark,
that.
you ain't served no time.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
That's-
Especially, look, especially when you walk off them stretches,
The
right? When a
stretch,
nigga
man.
get
That's
like, look, when a nigga get to like 72 months, a nigga start looking back and looking forward, nigga be like, God damn, is this shit ever gonna be over?
nigga re-rock his whole game like 3 times. Nigga reshuffle cards, get a new deck 3 times. Nigga, I didn't reinvent myself like 16 times in prison now.
True.
But I mean, I went through my
So
journeys, man.
when
So I'm
you
saying
hear
like you
when you
learn yourself
hear
through that
that you're
shit.
gonna
But
do like a long stretch, do it like, and you figure like you thought you was gonna do like a year, and you found out you got 16. I mean, is
no,
that
I
like a
knew what
lot?
I was gonna get. I knew what I was
Yeah,
gonna get. So
don't
I
never
So
set
stop
it ain't no
forward.
getting your fucking
scenario to
head.
where you thought you was gonna do less than a year and you got 20.
No, hell no.
Okay,
How the
you
fuck? What
you
the
knew
hell?
something was gonna happen. Okay.
That would be
I,
some.
well,
That would be
well,
some.
well, something similar, right? I thought I took a deal. I was looking at a whole bunch of time, 39 years plus the elbow. And I ended up taking a deal for a 1 to 6 and the 1 to 15, right? The judge could sentence me anywhere in between there, right? Two different sentences. I'm thinking, right? Okay, it's a dope case, right? I done got the shooting shit all out the way. That like y'all don't even get to think about that shit. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm
Fuck
thinking
around,
I'm
think you
gonna
going
get
home
like
and
a
don't go
five
home.
and a 3 or some shit like that. I got a 15 and a 6, right? And a lecture.
You got to roll those
And a
over.
fucking lecture. Right? Yeah, them people don't be playing.
They don't, man.
People
All
do
they give a
not be
fuck about
playing.
is the conviction. We was facing a whole bunch of bullshit ass time too. I dealt mine out for 14 years, nigga. That ought to tell you how much time I was looking at, nigga. I had to chop that down 4 times.
Right.
What the fuck you mean?
But what I will say is this, right? If so, my scenario was a little bit different, right? Because I was out of state, and at the time they was giving niggas from California out of state gang members the book, right?
Right.
So I walked in the penitentiary and I had 15 years, right? And then there was a nigga that I fuck with, and he had 9 years, and we was the short timers because everybody else had, 165 to life, fucking 120 years. My boy had 10, no, he had 12 10-year sentences running consecutively, 120 years, right? Like, what the fuck,
I
right?
call that calculator time.
Right,
Right.
right. It's way past football numbers,
Yeah,
right?
nigga, that's
Don't put
calculator
these
time.
numbers on the back of the jerseys type of shit, right?
Right.
Calculator time,
So,
nigga.
so when I got there, my positioning was, I ain't getting out this shit.
Yeah.
Ain't no go home, right? Because look, none of these niggas ain't going home, right? This is the
Wow.
mentality that everybody had. Like, nigga, I got 260 years and a life, right? I'm not
The
going
fuck
nowhere, right?
is life
You know what
alone
I'm
was
saying?
the sentence, but then you
So
got
right, so
250 on top of that. Right.
so we tearing shit up, like you know what I'm saying. And then I just happen to just have an actual date that I can look at, but it's so far off, you know what I'm saying, because it's an indeterminate sentence. Like you go to board every 3 years, right? Whatever the board tell you, that's when you come back, all the way up till the end of that shit. And shit, I looked up and I had like 9 years in on that bitch, right?
Damn.
At
Yeah, man.
9 years in, and the motherfuckers paroled me to the other sentence and shit. And I did a year on that. So I did 10 and a half years. But you never think of it like that. You just be living your life.
You in there, yeah. You in there.
Just you in there. This is what life is right now. Because if
Yeah.
you spend all your time thinking about what's going on them streets, trying to
Mhm.
control your girl, your dude, whatever the fuck, right? You ain't gonna you
It's
ain't gonna
gonna
be
be
doing
hell
that
for you.
time. The time gonna be doing
Yeah,
your ass.
it's gonna be hell
Right.
for you. That
You're
shit gonna
gonna
be
leave
heavy.
out with like, why you look so wore out? Like shit, all I
See,
did was worry the whole fucking time I was in that bitch.
that's the one thing I can say, bro. Within my whole, cause I ended up doing 12 years in like a few months. Within my whole amount of time, man, I did a lot, but I had some. It's the most horrible shit in the world. I wouldn't, wish that on nobody. Fuck the penitentiary system. It's some crazy shit. But when you live in your life, man, it's some bright spots in that bitch, and you meet some real cool fucking
Right.
people,
You
man.
damn
Like
sure do.
it's like purgatory. Like for lack of a better word, nigga. And it's like the streets. I mean, only no free range pussy. You can get whatever you want in that motherfucker, man. You get whatever
Yep.
you want in that bitch.
Yep.
It's the craziest shit in the. It's the craziest shit in the world. I ain't even go. It's the
What I
craziest
will
shit.
say is walking off all those years, it taught me, well, shit, I I learned to be a man, right?
Oh
Up
yeah,
in that bad boy.
you learn
You know what I'm
yourself.
saying? I grew from a boy, impulsive, hot headed as a motherfucker, and had way too much money for as young as I was, right?
Man,
To, really being responsible for other men's lives, making smart decisions, politicking. Politicking is the hardest shit, out of everything and shit, right? Especially if you're out of state, because it's a whole different dynamic, right? It's not uh, your crew, your car, and you dealing with, other niggas that grew up just like you, just from the other side or whatever, right?
What's
Nah,
up,
it ain't
Paul?
that.
Got a little
Uh,
alias on us.
when you out of state, is we all from LA.
right.
And yeah, nigga, I would have been trying to take your head off, you know, last year, nigga, on the streets, because we from both two different sides.
Mm-hmm.
But these niggas hate us both, right?
Right. That's it.
That's funny shit.
So the politicking is way different, right?
Mhm.
But you learn to stay alive, right? Like, motherfucker come through, especially if you up on them levels and shit, right? You come down and you get to the streets and this shit becomes real easy. You know what I'm saying? It's many nights that I know I said it to myself, and I'm sure Frank has too, where I said, you know what? I'll sleep on a motherfucking park bench before I sleep on this motherfucking top bunk again,
Shit, nigga, nigga, that is the same motherfucker song my heartbeat right now to this day, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But look though, here's the crazy shit, right?
Y'all ain't like
In
the top
terms,
bunk?
nah,
right?
Y'all ain't like the top bunk?
I didn't mind me. I was a young
I
viral
like the
zero
top
nigga.
bunk, but
Yeah,
I'm
I was
saying
up
I
till you
don't I
down.
don't need a top bunk. I'd rather have look, I'd rather have my bunk make sleep next to me.
Right.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'd
Oh,
rather
okay.
have
You
my
was sharing
own
with somebody
home
else.
bunk,
Okay,
you
I see
know?
what you're saying. Like, right.
But none of
I
that
don't need
shit
a
mattered
top
though.
bunk.
Like none of that shit mattered. But see, in for me, in terms of I none of that.
None of that matter.
Yeah, I want I
None of
want
that
my
mattered at
celly
that point.
side by side. I don't want my
You know what I'm
celly
saying?
on the bottom bunk or the top bunk and
You know
shit,
what I'm
right? I don't want
saying?
to have to put no curtains up and shit.
None of that shit,
When
right?
it's time for a nigga to take a crap, none of that.
Well, the whole bathroom, just with a door and
Nigga
everything.
that made the bathroom. First of
Right,
all,
man.
Shell, you gotta understand this, right? You live in a bathroom with a bunk bed with another nigga, right?
Right. Just start
Imagine that.
there. Just start
Imagine
there.
your bathroom. Like if you go in your bathroom right
He
now
got a bunk
and take
bed
that tub out, right? And just put
with a
two
bunk
bunks in
bed.
that motherfucker,
Right.
right? That's where a nigga live at with
Yeah.
a whole nother man. Right?
Probably the
And we
same
ain't talking
size.
and we ain't gay, right? So this ain't no good thing, right? Like
Right.
I'm
It was
looking
just
at this
way
nigga,
too much for small quarters.
man. It'd be mornings where a motherfucker wake up and everything this nigga do piss me off. Nigga, you brushing your fucking teeth too fucking loud, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
Hey.
Hold on, but I got a question. Did you ever wake up and he was your best friend though?
Oh
What does
yeah,
that mean?
Okay.
I actually was in the cell with, one of my oldest and
Okay.
dearest friends from Inglewood. Shout out to my
Oh
nigga
yeah.
Big Dan.
What's up all the time? No, man, I had Sally's that was the coolest
I
shit in
had
the
hella
world,
cool
man.
set.
So I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what that meant. Cause I had Sally. I basically in
A Sally I
when I
don't
was
get
doing time.
along with. We don't stay in the cell long together.
Right, that's what I'm about to say. The only time I had a
One of us
celly that
gotta
I
get the
didn't
fuck
get
up
into,
out of
it was
here,
two
homie.
times. It was two times. My very first cell when I got to the pen, because they put me on the 4 yard with this dude who tried to side me a motherfucking reading book, a fucking novel, uh
A vest.
Knife proof. Yeah, nigga. Yeah. He tried to slide a vest on the nigga. Was like, here, you gonna need this. Nigga hit a nigga with a young banger, and I was like,
What they say?
whoa,
Yeah, you
nigga.
gonna need this.
Yeah, nigga,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was the protocol back then.
This nigga TV was still black and white, and that's on my mama, right? So listen, nigga, this nigga gave me a whole banger, nigga, and was like, nigga, put this on when you every time you go to the yard. And I was like, whoa, nigga, this shit's happening fast.
Damn.
That shit happened fast, nigga. Nigga, I went from being like low key the man in reception center to like, nigga, I felt like I was in the foxhole with a motherfucker with some Germans on the other side, nigga, and we
Happy
was
New
all
Year,
in the
Auntie.
foxhole.
So you were
Happy
scared
New
because
Year,
they told
Auntie.
you were scared because they told you might not make it from point A to point B without wearing a telephone book.
Basically, no. What he
No,
was trying to say
that was
was
the
the yard was
protocol. That
hot.
was wartime
It
protocol.
was yeah. It was the yard was hot. It wasn't. It
Oh,
wasn't like no. Yeah, it was.
okay. It was
Yeah,
more or less
so
like, yeah, today you
so I
need
kind
this.
of like
Right.
got threw into the fire. But when I hit the yard though, I hooked up with the homies. So they was like, ah, nah, nigga, we gonna pull you out of that cell. Don't worry about nothing, nigga. We
Yeah,
got
don't
you. I
even
was like,
trip.
so what am I supposed to do with this motherfucker though? He was like, nigga, get that motherfucker back. Keep moving. You'll be out of there later. I was like, I bet it and wet it, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Get
But
it back,
you
you
know what I'm
moving. Hey, get it back, you moving. Get it back,
saying?
you moving. Let me pass it on to the next person.
Yeah, you can have this back, Mister General, whoever the fuck you are.
I don't think that's what we was dealing with today. Can you just
That
hold
nigga
it for
said
me?
this nigga TV was still black and white.
Oh my mama, nigga.
That nigga had
Hey,
look, that
nigga.
nigga had a motherfucking B number, huh?
Or A, nigga, something close to it, nigga. I don't know, nigga. I'm telling you, that experience lasted a hot few hours, nigga. The homies got me pulling out that nigga cell, nigga. And that was the one time I didn't keep a celly, nigga. The second time when they tried to slide a dude with titties up in my cell. And nah, nigga. Nah, we not even finna run that run, nigga. Keep your titties on out of here. You back that on up. All that out my cell, homie. This nigga can't be in here. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, that's not happening. Mr. Moore, are you denying to say, yes, sir? Not
I gotta
happening,
go.
nigga. And they round that nigga up, nigga. Only 2 times I didn't keep a celly in prison, nigga. Other than that, my cellies have been basically cool, nigga. Yeah.
I think y'all put too much emphasis on how hard it is.
Shit. All right. You go. You
Well,
go.
it's different.
You go and then tell
different
us. You know what I'm
nowadays. It's
saying?
different nowadays.
Oh, well, yeah.
I would venture to say that it's harder for niggas like us nowadays because structure is different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not walking into the same scenarios. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And yo, the level of respect, right, is so individualized now, right? But then at the same time, if you hooked up, motherfuckers is expected to come and ride for you, even if you a nigga that's on some fuck shit. Which
Yeah, no, that was
back in
that.
the days, the homies is gonna pull your ass up. You ain't gonna be able to get motherfuckers in no wreck.
Because you're going to be off
Trust
the
and
yard,
believe. You
nigga.
might be tough, nigga, but you can't whoop all of us. How about
If
that,
you
nigga? You
if
gonna
you
listen
ain't
to
what
somebody around this motherfucker.
if you ain't what you supposed to be, you leaving that yard, nigga.
Yeah, you getting the fuck up out of here, homie.
Period. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
fixing to have the car in a wreck.
Nah,
Period.
everybody had their place, man, and you respected everybody's space, nigga. Or it was war. Kind of like Risk, only without the cars and shit.
And also, you got to consider that, um, especially in California, a high population of the people that's in the fucking blossoming ass fucking prison population is because of drug culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily because of violence and real crime, money getting crime. Motherfuckers is dope fiends and dope
True.
dealers and shit, right? And so them motherfuckers is coming to the penitentiary short time. You already coming with 3 years with half and shit like that, right? So the penitentiary system is not really kind of constructed the same way because you don't have the same motherfuckers that's there, that's gonna be there. Oh, you already you coming in the door 60 points, right? Get your ass up the fucking road, right? You 60 points plus. Get on up out of here, homie. get on up there with the rest of the killers and the bad actors.
That was me, nigga. I told you they plunged the nigga into that shit.
Get your ass the fuck up out of here.
Threw a nigga like Uncle Phil up throwing Jeff out the house right into that
Get up
shit,
there
nigga.
with the rest of the killers.
But
Yeah.
his the crazy shit is I can't speak on shit. Well, I can, but I did 2 years before the 14, and I only had 8 months in between the two, so I can't really. It was like one continuous nightmare with just a little bit of wake up, like, oh nigga, now I'm going back to sleep, type of shit.
Well,
Yeah. So yeah,
I got I got almost
yeah.
19
You know what I'm saying
behind the
so.
wall
I don't know no short time.
cumulative, uh, and
Frankly,
I
I
ain't
don't know
got no
those
more
guys.
for 'em. I
I don't
stopped
know
just
those
short of
guys.
the dub because I ain't got 20 for them. They don't get. They got 20 years. That's a whole fifth of my life. It's
Man,
20% of my life. Nah, man, y'all better be happy with this 18 plus.
right quick, right? They happy with the
Because she
hot
gets
16
no
I gave
more.
them. Nigga, I no more.
No more,
They
baby.
happy with the hot 16 like a rap verse, nigga. Take it. Run it,
Look,
So
nigga.
after you,
motherfuckers.
because y'all did do long stretches, does it make y'all more like? Do y'all really like just think about things in different way?
Hell
Like
yeah.
I could be stupid and say this or do this, but I don't want to go back to jail. Like, do that
All the
make you
time.
be like bring yourself
Daily.
to a medium with some people that may be stupid and dumb, and you really want to do them bodily harm, but you like you said, they gonna look at you differently when you go back to the judge as opposed to my first time cussing out somebody or slapping them. They gonna be like, well, give her a walk in the park.
It's
So
deep.
listen.
It's even deeper than that for me, right? And
Mhm.
Frank, you'll tell me if you agree. So for me, it is not only am I very focused and pointed in all of my moves, right? I try to be aware of the repercussions of anything that I do, so I don't do very much impulsively or sporadically, right? But that's just on some what'll take me to jail immediately shit, what'll get me arrested in the hour. But also, what is the bigger struggle is actually changing your life, right? Because like who I am, I'm always gonna be that guy, right?
Bingo.
So there ain't no change in me, right? What I have to
Bingo.
change is my environment so that I'm not put in the type of scenarios that's gonna require the response that's gonna have my ass in handcuffs, right? So certain motherfuckers I don't fuck with, certain situations I don't go around. You know what I'm saying? I surround myself with people who are like minded because of the experience and because they got to the same fucking place that I got to. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually, emotionally, and mentally, right? So you kind of eliminate, it's like cutting down the statistics, right? You eliminate the chances, the percentage of the chances of you being in a tight spot and having to turn back into 20-year-old you, right? Because, when it comes down to it, the nigga's gonna make it home, right? But the thing is, do you need to be in places where you need to worry about making it home from?
Right.
True.
You feel
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
So that's kind of
See,
where I am. Go ahead,
for
Frank.
me, it's basically the same way. At the end of the day, though, when you're doing stretches, you really get to learn you. If you are the type of person who were raised by righteous people, then the righteous spirit takes over. So you become aware of a lot of shit. You learn to keep your head on the swivel. You learn to take shit in at such a pace that it may seem like you don't know, but you know, because that's a matter of life and death. So
Right.
me being me in there was like me being me out here. Only I grew up. I grew up. I learned to actually think before I move. I learned to respect space and time as it is. You know what I'm saying? I learned
Right.
that you can control a situation if you just sit back and learn said situation, right? Basically saying like if you know everything you know about a situation, you can manipulate the situation to work for you. And that has always been my motive operandi when I was in prison. So it's the same without here. I know I can control who I am, and I'm a cool ass dude. So I surround myself with cool ass people, or I stay out of places that ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a climate changing kind of cat. I like my cool, so I
Right.
prefer to be in places where my cool ain't fucked with. So I take real fucking care of my cool because this is where I'm comfortable at. This is who I am. This is what I love to be. As much as I am a game banger, as much as I am a nigga who robs some shit, as much as I am the nigga that'll slap the shit out you if you really push me to it, nigga, I'm the coolest motherfucker in the world, man. And I
Ever,
love being me.
ever,
I love being me,
ever.
man. So I try to maintain my cool and I protect my cool for a motherfucker, man. So I'm aware of spots that ain't cool and I just don't fuck with them. I don't have a problem with being with me. So I don't
Hmm.
seek the approval of nobody. I don't care what nobody think about nothing. Cause I'm cool, nigga. You gonna like me anyway.
That's real spit.
That's real shit.
But
Right?
yeah, it makes you aware of some shit, man.
Right.
Thank you, auntie. I like your cool too. I got it from you. I got my cool from my auntie and my mama and my granny, my uncles, all
They
my
all
people,
cool as
man.
shit.
Real
Yeah,
talk.
they all cool. Yeah, cool's in the DNA, man. We like freezers.
All right,
Cool
now, Paul.
kids. You know what I'm saying? Cool kids in the background. You know what I mean?
Well,
All right, well, where we at, y'all? We had an hour.
Got our
We had a
Yes,
cool
sir.
hour right now. Well, we have seemed like we've come to the end of another good one. As usual, y'all always know the water in the pond might be a little warm, but it's always clear.
Yes,
You know what I'm
sir.
saying?
All the time.
It's what we do here. I want to send a special shout out to my boy Nick Nas. Had Wi-Fi difficulties today, so he couldn't join us.
We
Hit
miss you,
me in a
bro.
text, let me know he was okay. So shout out to my boy.
Yes, sir.
Get your Wi-Fi up. Thank you, Mama Nell,
Thank you, ma. Woo.
one of our greatest supporters.
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
I want to thank everybody in the comments, everybody that joined us on Facebook and YouTube Live.
My
If you
auntie
joined us on
Luana,
Facebook,
love you.
if you joined us on Facebook, jump over to the YouTube side of the game and give us a sub over there. Uh, Comment or watch us on the replay. Comment in real time. We always like that. And what else? Any other church announcements? Oh, go back on YouTube and catch some of the replays. We got some cool content out there. I chopped up a little bit of things. You don't have to watch an hour and a half to catch some of the hot moments, some of our past podcasts. And that's just about
Thank
it. Like,
you.
share, subscribe. Y'all know the business. Uh, Thanks once again for joining us live at 5 from the Piranha Pond Streamcast, as we always have been. And now we are